Hey guys, this is Double B Billy Boudreaux, back with another installment of WGS-TV right here on the WGS YouTube channel. Now, we had Impact Wrestling here tonight, and I'm going to start off by saying this was probably a less than stellar broadcast of Impact Wrestling. I mean, it was just really not a very good show tonight. Then again, you probably hear me say that a lot about Impact Wrestling as of late, and probably quite a few other people here. But anyway, they open up with a segment involving, first, it was Bully Ray and Ken Anderson, and you know, it's taken from what happened last week. And then it's Fortune coming, and then they start to fight. Then Fortune comes out, and then we have a fight between Fortune and Immortal. Now, I'm not going to say this too much, but I think we've seen enough of Fortune and Immortal, but I think we're probably going to be keep doing it. I mean, Impact Wrestling and Vince Russo, you get this. But anyway, we had a match with Miss Tessmacher and Madison Rayne, which lasted all of 5 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't time it, but it was an extremely short match. You know, it's not like the Knockouts to have a 5-minute match like that. But I think the sole reason they use this is because they had Mickie James out on commentary, and then as Madison Rayne was attacking after the match was over, you know, Mickie James was going to come out and do the save for Miss Tessmacher. And then we had Winter and Angelina Love jump Mickie James and attack her, which I think was like the sole purpose to set up for the Knockouts title match that they're going to have, Winter and Mickie James, at Hardcore Justice. Devon and AJ Styles. This match pissed me off. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, I have a lot of respect for what Devon has done in the past as a tag team wrestler. As a tag team wrestler. I don't know if I emphasize that enough. Singles-wise, I'm not impressed at all. At all. You know, he was more definitive, you know, more impactful as a tag team wrestler. He was always used better as a tag team wrestler. So I am not impressed with his singles work. You know, I don't want everybody to take this the wrong way. I'm not hating on Devon. I'm hating the way he's being used. Because he's just... It might be just me, but I just don't see anything special in Devon as a singles competitor. I just don't see it. I mean, Bully Ray, or Brother Ray, you know, he's done a lot better. You know, Nathan, if he watches this video, he'll probably disagree with me 100% about this, but hey, this is my video. But, you know, he's being used, no, he's not, you know, I think he kind of falls in the same bucket as Devon. I mean, they're not stellar singles wrestlers. I mean, you're not going to see, you know, great wrestling technique and art from Bully Ray and Devon. But when it comes to being used properly, I believe they're doing a much better job of doing that with Bully Ray than they're doing it with Devon. I mean, whose name's been getting out there more? Is it Bully Ray or is it Devon? I really have to suspect Bully Ray. You know, he's been getting over more. So, but here's what pissed me off about this match with Devon and AJ Styles. Now, I was on the Skype call with the rest of the guys on the WGS team. You know, Andy, Mick, Nathan, Rev. And the first words that came out of my mouth was, it's Devon and AJ Styles? This is going to be a clusterfuck. And it turned out to be just that. A clusterfuck. I mean, I knew right off the bat, you know, Devon, like I said, he is not a stellar singles competitor. So I knew right off the bat, I even said it to the guys, that, you know, if AJ Styles is in this match, he's going to have to lead it every step of the way. Every step of the way. When it comes to performing as a singles competitor, AJ Styles is here, Devon here. And if that offends anybody, I apologize, but hey, I am entitled to my opinion. And as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to singles competitor performance-wise, AJ Styles here, Devon here. Now, it might be a little bit more evened out when it comes to tag teams. But singles-wise, AJ Styles is on a whole nother level. Now, despite the fact that the match was a clusterfuck, what really pissed me off was the fact that they had to use a distraction from Daniels. Daniels got out there, he was sitting down, AJ Styles looked distracted. Then next thing you know, Styles does a springboard, Devon ducks it, then schoolboys him and gets the 3 count. I'm like, really? Really? I sound like The Miz right now. Really? You have to put first of all, they put Devon over on AJ Styles. If that's not a big middle finger and a fuck you to your face, I don't know what is. Then secondly, instead of having him hit like a finishing move or a signature move, you got to use a distraction to put Devon over on AJ Styles. What the hell are you doing, Vince Russo? I point that directly at you. Oh, I told you guys this was a less than stellar broadcast. I wasn't kidding about that at all. And then to make the matters even worse, the next match was Pope and Samoa Joe. Now, we were raped mentally by how long the Pope and Samoa Joe storyline lasted earlier this year. Albeit Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett lasted longer, but they still, you know, they just, I have to, hold on, I'm just adjusting my table here a little bit. They just, you know, like I said, the only way I could put it is they mentally raped us because we were forced to sit through it, and even though we weren't interested in it. But, you know, despite the match, you know, it was okay, but Samoa Joe, I really get the feeling Samoa Joe just really didn't want to be there anymore. Besides the mohawk, I think he had tried a mohawk last week and then decided, hey, this is not a look for me, and he was growing out, and you can tell that he still had the mohawk in his hair. Samoa Joe slaps on the Conquista clutch, and then the look he gives looks like he's about to have an orgasm in the middle of the ring. I was trying to do it myself, but it was going to hurt my head. You know, make yourself dizzy. But it was still stupid. Because, you know, the Bound for Glory series match, Samoa Joe's all the way at the bottom. I knew exactly what they were going to do. They're going to have Samoa Joe slap on the Conquista clutch. It's a rear naked choke for all of you guys who are too stupid out there to know what the Conquista clutch is. You know, if you don't follow Impact Wrestling or you just have your head up your ass. That's what the Conquista clutch is. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. You know, I don't want to offend anybody. You know, I'm not one of those big guys here on YouTube. You know, I'm just trying to get my opinions out there. That's what I'm trying to do. Anyway, they have him sleep on the Conquista clutch, the rear naked choke. Then they declare him the winner. Then Joe is in his trance. Refuses to let go. Referee reverses decision. Makes Pope the winner. Samoa Joe still has the big goose egg. I saw that from 5 miles away. Not just a mile away. 5 miles away. That's how big of a... That's why I hate it when it gets predictable. You know, it just makes it uninteresting. Boring as shit. Then we had a... Now, they had a street fight. It was originally scheduled to be Hernandez and James Storm, but in the tussle they had at the opening of the show, with Immortal, unfortunately, James Storm got hurt, and Bobby Roode took his place. I must say though, the new Beer Money shirt that especially that Bobby Roode had on tonight, that's a badass T-shirt. That looked really good. But very decent match between Bobby Roode and Hernandez. You know, they used a lot of good weapons. I believe the only person that got cut was Hernandez, right on the top of his head. But Hernandez did get the win, courtesy of a distraction. But it's a street fight. I mean, how should it really count? Anyway, we had Austin Aries and Alex Shelley. It's kind of like 2/3 of the match we're going to see at Hardcore Justice this Sunday. By the way, I just want to slip in very quickly. At Saturday, this Saturday is my 31st birthday, so I don't know what I don't have any plans yet. I don't know what I'm going to do for my 31st birthday. But if you guys have any suggestions out there, hey, shoot me a comment with a suggestion that what do you think I should do. Anyway, Austin Aries and Alex Shelley. Again, 2/3 of the match we're going to see this Sunday at Hardcore Justice for the X Division title. Again, Austin Aries, incredibly good talent. They really tried to put on a good, interesting, entertaining match because Austin Aries is not the only great talent they had. Alex Shelley is also an incredible talent for Impact Wrestling. I would say TNA, but I think that name is being phased out. Anyway, great match here. They put Austin Aries over on Alex Shelley. I guess to further promote his character of, being the guy that's not in the state, disrespecting the code of conduct and not being in the spirit of competition for the X Division. And he's starting to draw some pretty good heat, in my opinion. He's really starting to adapt to it really well. Then we go from, interesting match for the street fight, interesting match with Aries and Shelley, to a clusterfuck of a segment involving Eric Young. Eric Young, he is a good wrestler. He's a good wrestler. But he's basically the Santino Marella of TNA. They're using him for comic relief. And they're just shitting all over the TNA television title. All over it. By having him go out to Hollywood and whatever and just make a complete mockery of himself. Now, I will say this. He's really good at doing that. He's really good at getting the yucks, if you know what I mean. He's really good at getting the laughs. But don't have him have the television title while they're doing it. And he was already pretending he was the world champion while he had the original TNA World Heavyweight title belt. Why not just have him go out and do that? Instead, they're going to put the television title on him, let him have the goofy idea that the only person he could defend it to is television stars. Am I the only one that sees something wrong about that picture? Am I the only one that sees that something wrong? Please help me out here, guys. Am I the only one that sees that is just a big middle finger in that face? Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. I could be wrong, but I think there's something definitely wrong with the way they're using Eric Young and the television title. Very wrong. Then we had Jeremy Borash and Kurt Angle in the production booth, and they went ahead and reviewed the match between Kurt Angle and Sting from 2009 in the Empty Arena match. I remember watching that, and that was one hell of a good match. I can only imagine how difficult it was to do some of the spots, especially with the 20-foot drop off the stairs, and then a lot of the weapons. But I must say, I remember that match fondly. It's a shame it came down to a no contest. They didn't have a winner. But it was great to hear a lot of Kurt Angle's in-depth analysis of the match from 2 years ago. Get his take on it. Then we had, well, this is the last match of the night, by the way, because I'll tell you why in just a second. Then we had RVD and Crimson taking on Scott Steiner and Gunner with the winner of the match, not the team, the winner. The person that gets the pinfall gets the points in the Bound for Glory series. This is probably, I would have to consider match of the. You know what? I'm going to take that back because I'm going to tell you right now. No, there was a lot of great spots in this match. Crimson Spearing Gunner. Holy fuck. That was indeed not only one of the best spears, but one of the best sells for a spear I have ever seen. When Crimson speared Gunner. Holy motherfucking hell. If you haven't seen it yet, find somewhere where they have a replay, whether it be on here on YouTube or on TNAWrestling.com or on Justin TV, wherever. Watch the replay of this and watch for that spot when Crimson spears Gunner. And you're going to sit there with your mouth open and thinking, holy fuck, that was an awesome spear. Because it was. It really, really was. I don't know if RVD, on the finish, RVD was, did the 5-star frog splash. I don't know if it bunched a little bit because Scott Steiner had his, he had a side up a little bit, and then I know RVD always sells it, to hold his ribs. He might, I don't know if he really heard it or not, because I know he always sells the fact that he hurt his midsection after the 5-star frog splash. But with Steiner being up a little bit and landing almost on his side, I don't know. But RVD got the win, and he gets the points. And they did announce that it's the number 1 and the number 2 seed in the Bound for Glory series going at it at Hardcore Justice. That means it's Crimson and RVD. Real shame that Matt Morgan got hurt. So, real shame that he had that torn pectoral muscle. Because I wouldn't mind seeing him and Crimson and Matt Morgan going at it, because I believe if Matt Morgan had torn his pectoral muscle, whether it's real or it's storyline wise, anyway, if they hadn't gone that route, I really believe that Matt Morgan would be the number 2 seed, and then we would have Matt Morgan and Crimson as the match we're gonna have at Hardcore Justice. Maybe that's my opinion. I could be wrong, but hey, it's my channel. Then we ended with the contract signing, which was, lackadaisical at best until they gave the guys the microphones to cut a promo for it. Kurt Angle, great as always, all around. Sting first started out. Now keep in mind, he still has the Insane Icon makeup on. He doesn't have the Crow Sting makeup. He has the Insane Icon makeup. Now, at first, he kind of goes Insane Icon because he said, "Oh, I guess I don't have anything to laugh about anymore." And then he kind of delves back into original Sting. It's still a good promo. But, however, what really takes it down a notch is the fact that he was cutting the promo as possibly Crow Sting or Sting from last year, and instead of Insane Icon Sting, and with him having the insane makeup on his face while he was cutting the promo, really didn't make any sense. Did not make any sense at all. I believe that's the only downfall. That's why I rubbed my head a little bit, as I'm about to get a headache, and think, why did they do it like this? If they wanted Sting to delve back to original Crow Sting, they should have had him wearing the Crow makeup instead of having the Insane Icon makeup, because, even though it was a great promo, Sting looked ridiculous. He looked ridiculous. So, I wonder if that's a clue to anything. Anyway, now, match of the night. We still had some clusterfucks of matches, but I'm really going to have to say, to be honest with you guys, I'm going to go with the street fight with Hernandez and Bobby Roode, because I thought it was a really good RVD Crimson with and Scott Steiner and Gunner is very, very close second. A very, very, very close second. But I'm going to have to give it to Hernandez and Bobby Roode. So what I want to know from you guys right now is, what did you think of Impact Wrestling and the less than stellar broadcast we had on the air tonight? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Until then, I am Double B Billy Boutro. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. That is the best thing you can do to subscribe. And with that being said, I will see you guys later.